Cyclocross magazine here with Craig Etheridge, Raleigh, Clement. First cross race of the season and the first win.
Yeah.
How'd it go out there?
I feel like it's a good time for us to get on the right track.
Yeah.
And if there's a track to be on, it would be the winning track. And if there's a bike to be on, it's a Raleigh. And if there's tires to be on, they're Clement, because boy, look at this. I know a lot of people got flats.
Yep.
No flats.
Yep.
But you know that happens to everybody, so
Sure.
it's not like I can say that.
Right.
That's the only reason. But
What pressure were you running though?
I have my mechanic put secret pressure in before every race.
Secret pressure. Feels pretty hard to
That
me.
means I don't know it. He just goes like this much, and then he puts it in there. So it's like a mystery to me.
Right.
The
So
right pressure.
you had a little bit of a battle for a couple laps until your competitor got a mechanical.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad. I actually yelled back to people who were cheering. I said, "You could cheer a little less, since though I've got it easier all of a sudden." You know what I mean? Then it kind of it was like, "Ooh, I'm battling. This is good." And it was like the classic single speed mountain bike versus single speed cross bike.
Right.
Who's gonna win? Who will prevail? It's really bumpy, but a cross bike is faster. And then it was like, surprisingly, his seat post broke, so maybe he was a little too heavy on the remount or something.
Sure.
You
Have
know.
you raced against Danger before?
I have a number of times. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And a good racer too.
Have you had any tight battles with him before?
Not as tight as this one.
Yep.
Maybe he's right on point this year.
Yep.
He's on the winning track too.
Right,
But
right.
unfortunately, he's also on the braking track.
Right.
I'm going to stay away from the braking track and stay on the winning track.
Awesome. So this is your second year with Raleigh, Clement. What's in store for this season?
You know, it's a pretty full schedule. I think that Don Kellogg, our manager, is actually in coordination with a number of the other major teams, and he's
Right.
decided that this is the schedule that's going to be like what we're all kind of agreeing on, especially since technically there's not a USGP,
Right.
you know, like national series.
Right.
So it's basically, and the thing is, it's like all the races are still there, and they're all still big races and important to a lot of the major teams, and
Right.
so that's what's going to be important for us too.
Right.
Especially for like the brands to show up when like other teams are there, and
Right.
to make us all look like legitimate, like competition and everything.
Sure.
So I mean, it's a full schedule. It's all the same races in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, and Bend, Oregon, and Fort Collins, and anywhere in Louisville.
Right.
Not to mention Gateway Cross we're going to do this year. Spooky Cross? No, Spooky Cross doesn't have it. CXLA.
Right.
And, you know, a couple of I'm missing.
Do you have a goal for the season?
You know what I'm going to try and do? I think I'm going to try and get another point in the UCI races.
Right.
Last year I got one.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be great if I got 2 this year? That's my goal. Double my
Awesome.
points. I can only say that this year, because then
Yep.
next year I'll be like, 4 points. That's crazy.
How about single speed national championships?
Single speed national championships will always be an amazing race for me, but
Right.
it's a tough one nowadays. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people show up for it. That makes it just like, it's getting harder and harder.
Right.
But it's not like I wouldn't try.
Right.
So I can always focus on it. I mean, the practice I do throughout the whole year on single speed doesn't hurt.
Right. Now I see you're riding the Power Box. I know TRP came out with the Hilux, which is dedicated to single speeds and hydraulic disc brakes. Any plans to make the switch over?
Certainly, we're building that bike up tonight.
Right.
Maybe a day late, but we'll see that for sure at Starcross in Seattle.
Right.
And then for the rest of the season, I think they'll make its primary debut there, but then definitely at Interbike.
Right.
Yeah,
Is
we're pushing that bike for sure, especially in the single speed model. It's going to be above the best.
Right. Is this last season's bike?
This is last season's bike as is, except for I got new pedals and shoes
Awesome.
and helmet. So we had a minor, you know, there's setbacks every time you build up a new bike.
Right.
It's like, oh, I forgot this thing, or oh, that thing doesn't work with that thing. So
Sure.
we're gonna build up new bikes, and they're gonna have that Hilux.
Great. In terms of tires and wheels, are you guys on FSA?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, Clement tires for sure, and then FSA wheels. I think the same set basically. These are.
You'll be riding the PDXs all season, or will you try the MXPs?
You know, I'm a psychological tire guy. I like to have a tire that really looks like a tire,
Okay.
and that's this one. And I've had such good luck with it. This is the same tire I rode all season, so I won't switch.
So dry, wet,
Dry, wet,
muddy,
snow, mud.
no matter what, you'll run the PDXs.
I like the PDX. It's consistent for me, and I've just gotten so used to it. Pretty much like the gear. You know how you like single speeders, they like get into a gear mode,
Right.
and then they just think, oh, that's good, and I don't need to change it. So same kind of thing.
So everyone always wants to know, what gear do you run?
Right now it's 39.17. I say that right now only because I keep the mystery that I'm going to change it, but realistically I'm not going to.
So no matter what the course, you leave it.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of single speed,
It's a
right?
lot easier
Simple.
to get used to over the long run than it is to like change it and then figure out your cadence again. And
Right.
mess around.
Well, congrats on the win.
Thanks a lot. No messing around.
Thank you.
Thank you.